I grew up in a blended family. My parents divorced when I was 2, and neither side went to church. So God was a very distant figure for me. Well, some point in late middle school, early high school, my dad started searching out to kind of get back to his spiritual roots, and he started going to a church that his friends in high school led, and they were the senior pastors. And that kind of began this process where it kind of drew us all in little by little. And we went from being that once or twice a year family that just went, and to my stepmom started going real consistent. And that got me asking, like, well, what's going on here? Could I come with you guys? And this was my junior year of high school. And so then I started going consistently. And pretty soon, all of our family, but my oldest brother, who was away at college, started going to church, and you could see that God was calling us into His kingdom. Well, by the end of the summer of my junior year, we all decided to get baptized, and we got baptized as a family. We went over to the senior pastor's house, and then he took us out into his hot tub, and one by one, he baptized our whole family. And that baptism really marked a monumental shift in our family. We're being blended, we had lots of conflict, lots of enmity. And after that baptism, and after God working in our heart, it was more God than really the act of being baptized, but God working in our heart, we began to reconcile with one another. He took this family that came from 2 separate houses, and He really made us one. We became not just one family under God together, but we became one family in of ourselves. We really reconciled. And that all started at baptism, at that new beginning, that we're deciding to not follow ourselves, but follow Christ moment that we all experienced together.
The first kid that comes to my mind when I think of a changed student is Natalie Emery. And she was actually in my cabin 2 years ago, and I remember the first day we were there, she was crying. She didn't want to be there. She didn't know anybody in our cabin. She didn't want to talk to me. She didn't want to talk to any of the girls that were there. She didn't want to be there. She had been forced to come by a parent or a friend, and now was miserable. And by the end of that camp, God had such a hold on her life. And this year she will be going as a counselor, most likely. And she's just on fire for God. She's one of the strongest leaders in our youth group. She'll be a senior this year. And just to see her life transform in a matter of 2 years has been such an awesome journey. And it really all comes back to Whiteout. If she hadn't come to that camp, she wouldn't have gotten connected to our youth group or possibly to God. And those moments are important in a student's life. They really are.